Hey guys, welcome back to Political Hissy Fit. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. I just returned from my Median trip a week ago, and since then I started a new channel called 3am. It focuses on paranormal stories. So if you want to watch that, there's going to be a video after my little commentary, and you can click the link underneath the video or at the very end of it, and it'll take you directly to my channel. I'm going to keep this channel going. I'm not going to be posting too much to it for now, because it seems like no matter what the evidence the Democrats dig up, Trump will just fight the procedure and say the process is flawed. And it'll just keep going around and around like that. And in lieu of Trump's recent, victory, there's been a lot of my friends that have been coming out and supporting Trump, which... But now I will be focusing on the other channel and posting daily. So please watch this video, and if you like it, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Alright, later. So this took place in the 90s for about half that decade. My aunt, uncle, and cousins lived in a big house at the base of the mountain. They are German, but they lived in the States. Their house was beautiful. After living there a year or so, they started experiencing small belongings going missing and then reappearing, and furniture in their living room being rearranged while they slept, so they would wake up and be surprised. Their entire dining room table would be moved, or their lounge chairs would be turned, etc. They more or less found this amusing and didn't fear the possibility of this being paranormal. Soon after this, they started seeing little people dressed as garden gnomes. My family was planning on visiting my aunt, so we had been warned of the activity, but it wasn't sinister in any way, and honestly it sounded unbelievable. My parents were convinced it was fictional, so we didn't fear it. Anyways, we went to stay with them, and I experienced what they had told us about. 3 times I saw a small gnome run around a corner into the kitchen ahead of me. And when I say gnome, I mean a literal garden gnome. They looked like short, stout, little old men with suspenders and tiny pointed hats. Because of their cartoonish appearance, it was entertaining to me as a child and never scary. I tried chasing them when I saw them, and one ran down the stairs to my cousin's room in the basement, but it vanished when it made it into the room. Another I managed to chase around 2 corners, but again it vanished when I had hoped I was catching up to it. My sister, on the same visit, walked into the kitchen one afternoon and saw one of them sitting on the countertop with its legs dangling and swinging. She said it was in a playful way. Then when it saw that she noticed it, the gnome froze like a statue. She didn't go up to it but left the kitchen because she felt uneasy that it hadn't ran away. And had my mom go back in there with her to check, and it was gone by then. She described the kitchen gnome the same way. He was dressed cartoonishly in suspenders with tiny black boots on his feet, a white beard, and a pointed green hat. Before we left, we all went swimming in the pool out back. There was a large pile of boulders in their yard, and a few times, all of us kids saw one of the gnomes peek out from behind the boulder as if they were spying on us but did not want to be seen. We'd splashed water in their direction, and they seemed to go away. That's all the sightings I can recall, but my aunt and cousins saw them many more times over the course of living there. These gnomes were seen by children and adults alike, and they are always described in the way I saw, looking like garden gnomes with little outfits. They all seemed to be male because they had beards. They didn't give off any evil vibes, and they were about a foot tall. I guess there's no way to prove that they were the ones moving my aunt's furniture around as well, but she just assumed it was the way that they like to play, and she seemed pretty confident that the gnomes and moving furniture were related. I also don't know where they vanished to when I chased them. They simply disappeared behind corners or furniture if anyone pursued them. No one ever caught one, and this was way before cell phones, so there weren't any caught on camera either. I don't know why they were garden gnomes, but I've always wondered if it was connected to my aunt's heritage. I think the garden gnomes were popular in German folklore, so I assume that's why they frequented the house, but I really can't say for sure. They didn't seem to make any sounds or talk, just movement. When my aunt moved houses, the gnomes were never seen again, so it seems like they were attached to the property in some way. My aunt always described them as being curious and playful and simply wanting us to know that they were there. I should also mention that my aunt did not have a gnome decor on her lawn, so it's not like that came to life. Has anyone had experience with something like this? It's beyond bizarre. It's 3 a.m.